It may feel like a nightmare, but it's reality. Hi again, everyone, and welcome in to Cincinnati Bengals Talk. I'm James Rapien of allbengals.com here at Paycor Stadium, where the Bengals made the announcement roughly an hour ago as I record this that Joe Burrow will miss the rest of the 2023 season with an acute wrist injury that he suffered on Thursday night in Baltimore. And obviously, it's just a huge, huge loss for every single reason that you can imagine, football-wise, leadership-wise, everything he's done for the franchise and for this season. The good news is he is expected to make a full recovery. Will likely have to undergo surgery, although it's not confirmed. Obviously, this has been a very quick turnaround. We are, 20 hours, less than that, 18 hours since he suffered the injury, roughly 19 hours, something like that as I record this. So a lot has happened, and Joe Burrow going to miss the season. He did say that he expects to be around the team, which I thought was interesting, so hopefully that's the case. And I'll just get this out of the way early in the video. There was a lot of talk about the wrap that was on his hand when he got off the flight and landed in Baltimore. He confirmed it was a compression sleeve. He was wearing a compression sleeve on his arm. Does that a decent amount of time when there's travel to prevent swelling. And I wrote about this at allbengals.com and on Thursday before the game. Players wear this stuff all the time. Anytime there's any kind of bruise, nick, something like that, they wear it because it helps them recover, and especially on a short week. And so he confirmed that this injury is completely unrelated, suffered it, or at least appeared to suffer it when Jadeveon Clowney took him to the ground, and then he felt a pop when he threw the ball to Joe Mixon. So look, I've described it as a nightmare multiple times on social media, certainly here on CBT, and I don't really know how else you describe it, because this team, they've overcome a lot. They've shown they can overcome a lot over the past 3+ seasons. It's a tough ask to say, all right, overcome not having Joe Burrow for the final 7 games. Oh, and by the way, you're 5-5 and in last place in the division. It's just there's a lot there. It's a mountain to climb, and we'll get into that, how they can and all of those things. But today it's certainly about Joe Burrow. The vibe with him and Zach, I think they both accepted it. There's not really much else you can do. They're mature in that way. Zach Taylor certainly, and we posted clips of both of them right here on Cincinnati Bengals Talk. Zach was already looking ahead, which that's his job as head coach. Joe Burrow and Zach Taylor both throwing their weight behind Jake Browning, who will become the starter with A.J. McCarron as the backup. But there's no denying that this situation it's just really, really tough. And we'll see how they respond. We'll see how the team responds. As far as other injury updates, real quick, before we get back to Burrow, it sounds like there's some optimism around Cam Taylor-Britt. He's dealing with a thigh bruise, a little quad injury. So with the extra couple of days here after the Thursday night game, I feel like there's a chance he could play against Pittsburgh, here at Paycor Stadium on the 26th of November. And it will be Jake Browning making his first NFL start. As for Joe Burrow, he's going to get a few other opinions doctor-wise and really talk to the doctor, sit down, make a decision. The decision is probably 99% of the way there already, that it's going to be surgery, and he is projected to make a full recovery. That recovery timeline is sort of up in the air a bit, but the good news is that he should be his normal self. This isn't something that can or should linger. He'll take it into the offseason, obviously rehab and all of those things, and hopefully get back to normal. So it's any adjective you want to describe that's negative. That's what it is right now here at Paycor Stadium for the Bengals. And it's something that they fought off with the calf. That's the crazy part about this. Obviously on July 27th, what happened calf-wise, and he found a way to not miss a game despite that. And it's crazy to think, but 5.5 days ago now, they were 5-3, surging, had won 4 straight, and it felt like the Bengals were going to make this playoff push and push for the division and all of these things. In a quick 5 days, really a 4-day span, everything goes by the wayside, and they're really scrapping. And they're going to have to be a scrappy team if they're going to win some games. And I know there's going to be a lot of people saying season over, all of those things. And honestly, today isn't the day for me to analyze what this team's going to be or not be without Joe Burrow. I think it's about Joe Burrow. He is the story. He's out, and we posted, like I said, a clip of him a clip of Zach Taylor, a ton of reaction as well at allbengals.com. Because when something like this happens, it has ripple effects not just here in Cincinnati, not just in the AFC North, not just in the AFC, but the entire NFL. Because now a Super Bowl contender is no longer a contender. And I feel comfortable saying that the Bengals are not at that status anymore, and I think everyone would agree, putting it lightly. So that's going to do it here. Joe Burrow out for the season. Nightmare. That's really the best way I can describe it. We will certainly have more. Make sure you check out what Zach Taylor had to say, what Joe Burrow had to say. It might help you. And certainly if you're looking for more coverage of the latest on Joe Burrow, check out allbengals.com. So for Andrew Fox-Miller, our channel coordinator, I'm James Rapien, signing off for now. Thank you so much for watching Cincinnati Bengals Talk.